This music off. Hello, good evening. How are you all doing? Say hello in the chat so I know who's here. But hello, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. Weird noise. Yeah. Very busy week. I hope your week's been very good, but mine's been quite busy. As is usual. I'll update you on the weather. The weather in Wales, I'm looking out the window, is kind of like overcast, cloudy type. Oh, cat wants to come in. Come on in. Come on, if you're coming in. Can I sit down? May I? Oh, don't make me climb over you. Oh my gosh. The cat has no appreciation about the fact that I'm live streaming. He's just doing what he wants. Hello, G3 Chill Sounds and Ken. Hope you're doing good. So the plan for this evening is we're going to have a look at the travel news. We're then going to maybe do GeoGuessr, see what the time is. And then we're going to do a quiz, as usual. Yeah. So I got some exciting news though. We bought new filming equipment for the channel. So hopefully when we go out vlogging, because we're allowed to travel more and more now, I'm hoping that the quality of the footage that we produce is better. I did have an old drone, it was called a Unique Breeze, and when it was made, it was one of the best sort of selfie type drones that were out there on the market. Around the price mark that I was willing to pay, it was the best on the market that I could find. There we go. Say hello to the live stream, Kitty. Yeah. But obviously time's moved on and it's not one of the best at the moment anymore. It has a solid camera, so if it gets hit by the wind, it really gets buffered by it, which means that it had digital stabilisation, which was great. But when you've got digital stabilisation on top of being buffered by the wind, then had to add like post-production stabilisation, and it ended up being a lot of you start with like, you know, 4K images, and then you add a digital stabilisation and it's 1080, and then you add another one and it ends up being like rubbish quality, you know. Not that it produced like nice stuff, but I just wish it was a little bit more hardy in wind and stuff like that, so I bought myself a present. I've got hardly any spare money, but I did it anyway. Because what else are you going to do with your life if you don't spend your money? So I bought myself one of these. So it's the DJI Mavic Mini. The good thing about the Mavic Mini is that it is 249 grams. The great thing about it being 249 grams is, in the UK at least, and I think it's the same for the States, if a drone is above a certain weight, which is 250 grams, then you have to register yourself as a drone pilot, and you've got to pay registration fees and stuff like that. So with my old drone, I would have had to pay a registration fee and register to be like a drone pilot and things like that. Whereas with this one, it's so light that it comes beneath just the weight needed to actually have to register myself as a drone pilot. So that's amazing. It's really cool as well. It's really good. I like it. So it is literally that size. So here's my phone and there's my drone. Like, my drone is like almost the size of my phone. It folds out then, so this is to be really great for travel. It folds out really neatly then. Whoop. Whoop. So it looks more like a standard drone. And the great thing, which helps with the wind, is that on the front here, it's actually got, you probably can't see it very well because I'm using a webcam to like film this, but it's got a movable axis gimbal. So when it gets hit by the wind, the gimbal takes over, so it's actually really steady footage. Oh, thanks, Kitty. Obviously, if it gets too strong, it's so light, it does get like pushed about. But I had it out yesterday and the wind was quite strong and was getting pushed about quite a lot. And the footage, like, I can't really fault it. Another really cool thing which trumps this drone to my old drone is that it comes with a controller. My old drone, you had to buy the controller separately. And no, don't sit in the box. Jesus, you put anything down and the cat is straight on it. So the Unique Breeze, you had to buy the controller separately. And because it was a selfie camera or selfie drone, basically all the controls were backwards. It was controlled as if you wanted it to look at you and then you controlled it around yourself. So if you wanted it facing forward, if you told it to turn that way, it would turn that way. It was really confusing and annoying and I couldn't get a grip on it properly. Whereas this one, if you're facing forward and you want to go that way, you turn the stick that way and it turns that way. Amazing. Who would have thought? And the footage actually isn't that bad. It goes up to 2.7K. And I tend to film in 1080 anyway, so But it's not. If you're interested about drones, that is my new drone. I just need to learn a few things on it, so I've been taking it out to like try and get a grips with it. I'll get there. Like, I'm finding it so much easier than my old drone. Another thing, with my old drone, there was like a geo ceiling, so if you flew it above a certain distance, or if you flew it away from you a certain amount, you'd hit a certain height and it would stop automatically. Whereas this one, there are certain areas you can't fly it because of like laws and stuff, but the rest of the space you can fly it away from you or as high pretty much as the drone will go, which is amazing because I was always held back by how high it could go, which wasn't that high really, and it couldn't go that far. I couldn't really control it, so the best thing that I could do with my old drone was launch it up and then bring it back down again, because I couldn't get a grips of like driving it from side to side. But this one, oh, it's game changer. It's not going to be in the next vlog because that's already been filmed, but hopefully in future vlogs you'll have a lot more drone footage, you know. Anyway, on to the news. Where are we? Window capture. So, oh, I haven't moved myself up from last week. There we go. I'll just turn the window capture on. Oh. Should probably do this before, but you know, that makes sense. So if you're interested in the music that was playing before the start of the live stream, that side, there we go. J Street Chill Sound, she's in the chat. Go follow and subscribe. She does copyright free music that you can use on videos just for attribution. And now we're going to the main part of the live stream, which is not the quiz, the news. So on my live stream title, you'll... Oh. Gosh, you are annoying today, you know that? No, don't go in the box! Not in the box. Not in the box. We'll move this as well, that's rubbish. There we go, you've got the whole of that now. Do you want? Enjoy yourself. Sorry. The cat just decides to do what he wants. No, don't throw the floor. Right, there we go. Enjoy it there, relax. Okay, so the title of the live stream is What is British Airways Doing Now, or something like that. This is in reference to cables. To the fact that British Airways are retiring the whole of their 747 fleet because of the economic downturn with coronavirus. Jesus, Kitty, where are you going? No! I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing? Oi! Kitty! Give it a rest. I don't know what he's doing. He's gone wild tonight. What are you doing? I'm laughing, but like, because of the cat, but the British Airways retiring their entire 747 fleet is really sad. They were meant to retire them, I think they said 2025? 2024 they were planning on retiring the fleet. Come on out, you new boy. But they've retired them earlier because of the economic downturn. So the really cool thing about the Boeing 747, the jumbo jets, which are the ones that they're retiring, is that it's the one that's got the full floor and then part of a floor above it. And I've actually been on them. They used to fly a lot internationally, but because they're quite sort of big, there are better aircraft that are more fuel efficient that can get you places now, that are less bulky and still fit the same amount of people in the plane. so they go in more towards those, like the lighter, faster, more economic aircraft. But the really cool things about the jumbo jets as well is that second floor. And I remember back in the days when you could actually go see the cockpit. For some reason, I was put in on the top floor on a flight from London to Vancouver. I was flying. How old was I? Maybe I was 10. Maybe I was 9. I was quite young anyway, and I used to fly back and forth from Canada by myself every summer. So I used to fly from London to Vancouver. I used to get picked up, and then we used to go to Vancouver Island to go on the ferry over to the island, and then coming home we used to come back on the ferry. They used to drop me off, my grandparents used to drop me off at Vancouver Airport, and then I used to fly back to London by myself and then get picked up by my parents, or by a parent, or whatever. But one year, for some reason, I was on the top deck of the 747, and it was so cool. And it was back in the day as well, where you used to be able to keep the doors open for the cockpit as well. So I was sat towards the back of the front deck, but you could look down the side of the aisle and see the cockpit. And they used to like let us go look at the cockpit, so we'd go down and like look at the cockpit when we were like flying and things like that. So it was so cool. So that was pre 2001, so I must have been about 9 when that happened. Because I remember going on the flight deck as well and seeing everything. Anyways, sad because it's like, you know, part of my childhood going on the jumbo jets to Canada. Even though I didn't fly with British Airways, I flew with Air Canada. It's just sad to see them like being decommissioned because they seem as like old, you know. Anyway, that's that news. We'll do that after. So Jet 2, I accept. Jet 2 flights. Full list of summer holiday destinations announced as airline updates flyers. I'd assume that the places that Jet 2 want to go will be similar to TUI and similar to... Can you not? You must go out now. What are you doing? Gio, you were a massive nuisance tonight. So I'd assume if Jet 2 are willing to go there, there's probably not going to be a quarantine when you get there. They're going to be easier countries for you to get into, so if you're planning on going places, using Jet 2 or TUI as like a starting point to decide where to go, where they fly in, is probably like decently safe to go to. Anyway, where are they going? They are going to mainland Spain. So Malaga, Alicante, Barcelona from September. Barcelona starting to like a little bit of a peaking with their cases at the moment. The Balearic Islands, Canary Islands, Turkey, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic from September, part of France from October, Greece. Do you know what? I am so happy that we can start flying to Greece again. I know that I can't afford to go at the moment because my drone took all my money. But the idea, the fact that if I wanted to go, I can go to Greece just makes me so happy. The airport that I normally fly into, I think yesterday or the day before, was the first day that people from Britain could fly in there. But it's very exciting. Hungary, Italy, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, 1st of August. Kitty! Portugal, 1st of August. Yeah, so that's the list of those countries that Jet 2's flying to. Just really cool as well, in the town that I live, my closest town is Ammanford. And Kitty, he wants to go out. I'm going to have to let him out. Don't you ask to come back in, boy? Right, so the closest town to where I live, which is Ammanford, we have a TUI office, which is normally where I go book like a lot of my holidays. That's why I mention them quite a lot. But the other shop, the other travel agent that we have in the town, it is called the Travel House. I think it's like a South Wales kind of travel agent. They've started doing Jet2 holidays, which is cool. So you can go book, like, rather than just it being TUI, we can also book Jet2 holidays from my local town now. And it's always nice to go to places like TUI or to the travel agents, you know, because you can have like a conversation with people who are like knowledgeable about where they're going or where you want to go, and they can like recommend things potentially better than I could research them, you know. The only problem with our local TUI office is they are very enthusiastic about you wanting to travel, and then it makes me want to travel. Obviously they want the money for the commission and stuff or whatever, you know. The more holidays they book, maybe they can get commission, I don't know, or maybe, you know, obviously the company stays afloat, but the more times I go in there, like, every time I'm like, oh, I think I might be interested, maybe. I always end up booking. There's no point even saying I'm interested in going somewhere, because I'm just going to end up booking it. So I'm going to keep all my secrets away from the TUI ladies in Amford when they open. Anyway, that was going off on a tangent. Next! Oh, I closed that window, never mind. It wasn't interesting. So tourists fined £453 in Greece for not having new passenger locator forms on arrival. Incoming tourists must have correct documents filled out 24 hours before arrival, which includes Brits. A QR code is then sent, which must be shown at the airport. According to the UK Foreign Office, you must complete an online passenger locator form at least 24 hours before your arrival in Greece. Once you have completed the form, you will receive an email acknowledgement. A separate email, you'll also receive a QR code. This code is likely to be set up 24 hours before you travel, regardless of how early you fill out the form. When you receive the code, make sure you either print it or you can show it on your mobile phone. You'll need to show your code at Greek authorities upon arrival in Greece. Some airlines may also ask you to show the code before you board your flight to Greece. You should contact the airline directly if you need any further information. However, the German tourists who arrived in Crete earlier this week failed to have the forms and were hit with a steep fine. According to local media, the passengers claimed they'd not been told about the documents from the airline or travel agents. Despite this, they were forced to pay the fines. Greece is already facing an increase in coronavirus cases after international tourists were welcomed back on the 1st of July. The country has warned that the borders to UK tourists could be closed again if too many people test positive. However, the majority of Brits will be tested for coronavirus on arrival, and if more than 40 people test positive, flights could be banned again, according to Greek media reports. Anyway, talking about Greece, it's hard work getting in at the moment, but still, I love Greece. Last thing we're going to do... Oh! No, I'm joking. Of course I am. Last thing we're going to do is a coronavirus holiday quiz. Do you know the rules about travelling abroad? So test your knowledge on the government advice in the UK for foreign holidays. So this is like important things that you need to know if you're planning on travelling in the next couple of months, basically. So I'll read through them. Because I got a lag, I won't be able to hear your answers, but you can see me get stuff wrong, potentially. And you can learn about new things that you need to do when you're travelling. So if you live in the UK, can you go abroad on holiday this year? Yes! Correct. Which of these airlines requires a passenger to wear a plastic face shield as well as a surgical mask? Well, it's not going to be EasyJet. I haven't heard that British Airways are bringing this in, so I'm guessing it's Qatar. There we go. It's Qatar Airways. It is providing passengers with face shields that must be worn from boarding until they leave the plane. and masks must still be worn under the shield. Nearly all airlines are asking passengers to wear masks during flights, but the legal guidelines vary depending on when they are flying. For instance, the EU has made masks mandatory on all flights, but the US has no blanket rule in place. Question 3. Travellers arriving in England, Wales or Northern Ireland from about 60 countries are now exempt from the UK's government 14-day quarantine, but which popular destination isn't? So Ibiza is in Spain and you're fine. Crete is in Greece and you're fine. So the Maldives. It's the Maldives. Other countries excluded from the exemption list include the US, China, Portugal and Sweden. I think Portugal are coming off the list very soon because of concerns about their rate of coronavirus infection. Scotland also has exceptions, but the list is slightly different. Travellers to and from Spain still have to quarantine, for example. Travellers can show a certificate at the border control to prove that they don't have coronavirus and avoid quarantine if they are returning from a country within a no travel corridor. Don't think so. No, they are correct. Even if travellers have a recent negative test, they still have to quarantine. Doctors still don't know how long people have the virus before they develop symptoms or it shows up on the test. Question 5. Travellers to exempt countries could still face restrictions abroad. Which of these countries still requires Britons to self-isolate for 14 days on arrival? Well, we just said it's not Spain, it's not Greece, it's Austria. There we go. Austria, which requires Britons to self-isolate for 14 days unless they have a medical certificate or test negative for coronavirus on arrival. Greece only recently started accepting direct flights from the UK. Question 6. Spain is the most popular destination for British holidaymakers, with 400,000 people from the UK also owning second homes there. According to local rules, which of these can you now do? Leave the airport without a temperature check. Can you now do? Go to a nightclub, travel anywhere in Catalonia. Well, you can't do that and you can't do that. You can go to a nightclub. Oh, there we go. Nightclubs are open in Spain. Although the capacity may be limited, all UK visitors arriving in Spain have to have a temperature check and visual health assessment, as well as provide contact information. A tourist can't go to Segria, the northeastern region of Catalonia, which has recently reimposed restrictions after a sharp rise in infections. Spain has had one of the strictest lockdowns in Europe, with children under 14 confined to their home for 6 weeks. Next, last question. Ready? Finally, what should you do if you're unlucky enough to develop coronavirus symptoms on holiday? Isolate where you are, return home as quickly as possible, or go straight to the hospital. Isolate where you are. And there we go, we got 7 out of 7. So we're clearly ready for some summer sunshine, and you've kept up with the government's rules and guidelines. Pack your bags and prepare for takeoff. Yes! Let's go on holiday! Okay, so that's the news. We're done. We'll go straight into the quiz now, I think, and then maybe at the end we'll play some Geofighter. So if you want to take part in the quiz tonight, make sure you have your pen and paper ready, because I'll start the quiz in just a few minutes. I just need to... I heard a noise on my phone. There we go, sorry. Yeah, right, let's go into it then. Let's do the quiz. Woo! So, question 1. What country is that flag from? And I'll get some trivia for you now. I believe it's in the Southern Hemisphere. I believe that it is the flag is very similar to another country's flag. It's kind of similar. Not really. Never mind. So this country has the world's biggest swimming pool. It is home to the driest place on earth. Apparently, this country is a world-class wine destination, the 9th largest producer of wine. And the mountains of this country have some of the world's largest and still active volcanoes. It's a very long and thin country as well. A lot of its thinness is, well, all of one side of it is coast. Anyway, that's that country. What is it? Question 1. Question 2. Addis Ababa is the capital of which country? So let me get Addis Ababa. The country is known for, it's often known as simply Addis, 3rd highest capital city in the world. I didn't know that it was the 3rd highest country. It's hard work finding trivia for this one, I'm telling you. Apparently it's pretty safe though, which is good. The country is on the continent of Africa. There we go. So it's an African country. I can't find much else to tell me information about it. So it's an African country and it's the 3rd highest city in the world. Question 3. How many cities are there in Wales? Oh, hello Twix, how are you doing? We're just doing a quiz at the moment and we're on question 3. If you want to join in, you're welcome to. Don't put the answer in the chat though. Write it down or keep the answer in your head and we'll go back through the questions after. But you're very welcome to stay and join in. I'm only on question 3, so if you do decide to stay, I'll go back through question 1 or 2 at the end. But it's up to you. But we all have a fun time here. It's mandated. That fun must be had. Anyway, question 3. How many cities are there in Wales? I'm going to give you a hint on this one. So the picture here is of St. David's, which is a city. I think it's one of the world's smallest cities. St. David's, smallest city. St. David's is the smallest city in Britain with a population of just over 1,600. So one of the cities is going to be St. David's. What are the other? You don't have to tell me what the other cities are, you just need to tell me how many there are of them. Question 4. So these emojis spell out the name of a place. I think this place, it's a sovereign island city-state, which means that, as far as I can understand, it's a city and a country and an island. I get really confused with so the Republic of the name of the place is a sovereign island nation. Sovereign island nation. So it's the name of the island, but it's also the name of the city. Singapore. Oh, it's a city and island nation. There we go. Question 5. Which airport is the busiest in Canada? Which airport is the busiest in Canada? And the photo is a bit of a clue. I'd be interested to know if you know what the name of the airport is as well. So you can say like the name of the city that the airport's in, but I'd be interested to know if you know what the actual name of the airport is. So which airport is the busiest in Canada? Question 6. What country is home to the world's largest building by square footage? So you don't need to tell me like where it is, apart from what country it's in. So what country is home to the world's largest building by square footage? This is a photo of that building. So you can see how massive it is by the fact that there are aeroplanes inside it, as if it's like nothing. So the building is absolutely ginormous. Like, if you think you've got the back end of that British Airways aeroplane, and then a massive gap, and then the front of the next plane, and then behind it there's a massive gap as well. And then if you look on the other side, there's like planes in a row. Anyway, question 8. This is the outline of a country. What country is that the outline of? So that's the outline of a country. One of the clues is the fact that the flag is on the outline of the land. Another clue is that it's in Europe. Another clue is that those are the northern lights behind it. So what is the outline of that country? Question 9. What airline am I flying by? I'm going on holiday somewhere. Sorry. I'm going on holiday somewhere. Where am I going on holiday to? Not where am I going to, who am I going with? So what's the name of the airline that I'm flying with? As far as I know, relatively new airline. I think they are Ukraine? I'll just double check. Hungary, I'm sorry. So they're based in Hungary. They're a low-cost airline based in Hungary. They do fly to Ukraine, so that's where I got confused. When were they made? It's founded in September 2003. So, reasonably newish. Yeah, there's that. Question 10. What country is known for the dishes including coq au vin, cassoulet, bœuf bourguignon, chocolate soufflé, flamiche, confit de canard, salade noisette. I have no idea if I pronounced any of those right. I have a feeling that I might have been better than my German on Monday, but not much better. So, what country is known for dishes including coq au vin, cassoulet, bœuf bourguignon, Bouillon. I swear, do you know the bouillon, whatever one? We, like, people in the UK eat that dish, but I don't eat meat, so I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never had it. Chocolate souffle. I've had chocolate souffle, so you bet your bottom dollar I know how to pronounce that. Flamish. Confit de coconut. Salad noisy. And that's the quiz. Quiz is done. Any questions that you need me to go back over, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just go into the answers. Pardon me. Yeah. If just let me know. I think Jay's free chill sound. You might be the only one here. So if you don't need any questions, just let me know. Just write no or something. Otherwise, I'm going to start with the only 9 questions. Was that? Nah. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, question 6, question 7. Ah, there we go. We missed question 7. I apologise. So that's question 7. It's the where do you think that is? What country is that? I apologise. What happened is that question 6 and 7 are swapped over. So I went to question 6 and then skipped over it because it was on my template. I've got all the pages lined out, and the question 7 page flipped between question 5 and 6. So it was me that messed up, not you. So this is question 7. So you've got question 6 was the home of the world's largest building, and then question 8 was the I nearly said the name of the country. It's the outline of the country one, and then question 7 is what country is this? If you let me know if you need me to go over any other questions. Oh, pardon me. What a busy week. What a busy week. So I'm gonna start going through the answers now. So this is question 1, and the clues were it's like a really long, thin country, southern hemisphere, volcanic. I can't remember any of the other facts. Anyway, the answer is Chile. Oh, world's biggest swimming pool, that was it. Oh, any clues on question 7? Yeah, I'll give you a clue. Give me a second and I'll go get some... Camila Cabello sang a song about the capital of this country. They used to be a communist country. I think they're slowly coming out of it. They are, or used to be at least, very, I think this probably give it away too much, but very anti-American. They've got beautiful beaches. They're famous for their rum. And even though the country is very anti-American, they're famous for having and driving classic American cars. Anything else? No, there we go. Those are your clues. So the answer to question 1 was Chile. Question 2, Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is the capital of which country? And I know this might be a harder one, but the answer is Ethiopia. But the clue was that it was in Africa, so at least we knew what continent we were on. Ethiopia. I thought the statue was really interesting, that's why I included the picture of that. It's a lion. Oh, and there's me on the side. It's a really interesting statue though. I liked it. There we go. Let's go back in the corner. Question 3. How many cities are there in Wales? And the answer is, right, you can get, I'm willing to go like one either side with this answer. So the answer is 6. And you can have 5 or 7 as the answer either, and I'm fine with that. So the names of the cities in Wales are Cardiff, Swansea, Newport, St David, Bangor and St Asabath. I'm from Wales, and I have, if I'm honest, I've never heard of that place. I thought Wrexham was a city, but apparently it's not yet. They're thinking about maybe making it a city, but it's not. And I thought that Wrexham was a city already, so it shows what I know. So Cardiff, Swansea, Newport, St David's, Bangor and St Aspath, whatever. So I might have maybe got that right, but got the St Asapath, whatever, one wrong. Question 4. What is the name of this country, city, island that this is spelling out? And the answer is Singapore. So it's supposed to be a person singing the letter E and then paw prints. So Singapore. Very good. Love it. Very good. I thought that what might help as well is the picture behind is, if you did the quiz on Monday, it's the same picture as what was, I think it was like the busiest airport in the world or something. It was the one in Singapore, and this is the picture for, this is a picture of the airport in Singapore. Number 5. Which airport is the busiest in Canada? And this surprised me because I thought it was a different airport. But the answer is Toronto Pearson International Airport. I thought it was Vancouver. Turns out Vancouver is second, Toronto is first, but they have almost double the amount of passengers as Vancouver does. So I think Toronto has like 5, I can't remember, I'm not going to say numbers now, otherwise I'm just going to like, Canada busiest airport. So total passengers a year is 50 million for Toronto Pearson. And for Vancouver, it's 26 million, so it's like almost half of the amount. The next ones after that then is Montreal, Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Winnipeg, Halifax, Billy Bishop, Toronto City Airport, and Kelowna. Oh, and then Victoria. I've been to Victoria Airport. Also been to Calgary Airport and Vancouver Airport. But there we go. Victoria International Airport is the 11th busiest airport in Canada. And, like, to be fair, it's quite a small airport. It's not that busy, really. Question 6. What country is home to the world's largest building by square footage? I thought that maybe the flag that was present above, was slightly above the British Airways tail wing might have been a giveaway, but the answer is USA. So this is the Boeing factory in Everett, which is just outside Seattle in Washington State. Yeah, and apparently it's the biggest. I thought that it would have been possibly an airport would have been the biggest building, but maybe because they're like wonky size, wonky sort of shapes, this is the biggest by square footage, and maybe airports are like smaller square footage wise, even though they cover a larger area, because they have like sticky outy bits, don't they? Maybe they're just thinner and longer. Question 7. What is the name of this country? And the name of the country is Cuba. And the song that Camila Cabello does is called Havana. And I'm not going to sing it. Question 8. What is the outline? What country is this the outline of? I think this was the one that had like 180,000 islands. Now I gotta check that. How many islands? Oh no, this isn't. This is the wrong one. This is only got 40,000 islands. What was the country with 800,000 islands? Not 800,000. It is Finland. The answer is Finland, and the 180,000 islands is Finland. Google, why are you lying to me? There we go. Answer's Finland. Question 9. What airline am I flying with? What is the name of this airline? Name of this airline is Wizz Air. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how well known they are in the UK. They do fly from the UK. I am on their email list because they're a low-cost carrier, so like if there's a low-cost carrier, odds are I'm on their emailing list, but yeah, their flights are pretty cheap, and they do 20% off sales quite often, so if you're interested in any of the countries that they fly to, they're a good one to have as on your email list, because they do email with offers pretty regularly, and they've also got like a club you can sign up to. Not that I'm signed up to them, not that I've ever flown with them yet, but I think it's around £30 a year, and it saves you quite a decent amount on the price of airline tickets. So if you are going to be flying to places that Wizz fly to reasonably often, then it's worth the 30 odd quid or whatever it is a year to sign up to their club, whatever. I think you get like 20% off all year round on flights or something like that. I can't quite remember, but it sounds like that. So the one that I'm interested in flying with in the future. Question 10. What country is known for dishes including coq au vin, croissant, beef bourguignon? I think I did better with that one. Bourguignon. There we go. Chocolate souffle, flamiche, confit de canard, and salade de noisy. I think the coq au vin kind of give it away, but answers France. And probably the cheese in the background as well with the baguettes and stuff. But anyway, that's the end of the quiz. Let me know how much you got. Oh, wrong one. Oh, wrong one. We'll get there. Yeah, so that's the quiz. Tell me how much you got. Sorry, I'm tired. I told you I was tired in work today. 6 out of 10. Oh, very good. Which ones did you get wrong? Wizz Air. My guess is Wizz Air. So that one. I think you got that one wrong. And that one. And that one. So I think you got question 1, 3, 6, and 7 wrong. Was I right? Well, anyway, Jay's Free Chill Sounds. By default, you are the winner this evening, so woo, 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 woo! Confetti! You are the winner! There are no prizes because, I don't know, I'll buy you a sausage roll on Monday. 3, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, so I got some of them right then. 6, 7, 8. Finland. Yeah. Very good. So that's that. Where am I? Wrong one again. Right, so I'll be going in a few minutes because there's no video coming out tonight. The plan is to have the video ready by Monday, and there is going to be a vlog of my trip down to the south of England. So we went to Cheddar and we went to Diddle-Do at sunrise. So you'll be able to see Diddle-Do at sunrise, Cheddar, some camping. It's not going to be the most exciting vlog ever, but it's the first one back after not vlogging for a while, so it's exciting to be able to start producing content out and about now rather than being confined inside. So that's exciting. If I'm hoping then to start vlogging more regularly, maybe in places around the UK. I think that one problem we have is that camping's not open in Wales yet, and I'd like to see Wales more, but camping's not opening up yet. So as soon as camping starts opening up in Wales again, then I'm going to start camping in Wales. But for the minute, it kind of means that if I want to explore places overnight, I'm kind of forced to go into England, which obviously adds cost onto fuel and stuff, but I don't know, it is what it is at the moment. So if anybody has any, not recommendations, but recommendations works as well. Requests was the word I was supposed to be saying, about places that you'd like to see videos about in the UK. Let me know in the chat below, or let me know on Instagram, send me a DM, anything like that, and I will maybe look into it. Depends how accessible it is to me, depending, bearing in mind I live quite West Wales, so England is hour and a quarter's drive away. So just to get to the border of England is like an hour and a quarter, so then anything beyond that then is like drive again. But I'm open to suggestions. Yeah. So the plan is on Monday the vlog will be being released, and then on Friday I think we have just have a look on my planner. On Friday it's going to be what to consider when we start travelling again. That's the working title, but it's actually going to be about coronavirus and what to consider when you're travelling with coronavirus. So things such as, let's have a look, whether your airline, travel company or other transport and accommodation providers are still operating, whether you need to quarantine when you get to the country, things like that. Things to do with travel insurance, because I know that some travel insurance companies aren't covering things like that. And then the Monday after that, it looks like that the video after that coming out is supposed to be why having a year of education to travel might be the best decision. And bearing in mind at the moment, a lot of people are trying to decide whether they're going to go back to university in September or not, or whether they're going to go to university in September or not because of the coronavirus, and whether it might be best for them to defer a year and maybe travel or not because of the coronavirus, but maybe take the year off and just, I don't know, seek your options. Who knows? But that's the video after that. If you have any requests on videos that you'd like me to make and anything to do about travel, places, things to do with travel, airplanes, I don't know, camping, budget, cruises. If you want to know anything about travel, let me know. Again, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Facebook, talk to me in person if you know me. But I'm open to video ideas as well. But on that note, I'm going to head off because it's dinner time soon and I'm starting to get hungry. And it's coming up to 7 o'clock as well. I'm going to have burger or pasta for dinner tonight. Oh, hello, we have a new person in the chat just as I was about to go. Great Jaos. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. How you doing? Nice to see you. Always nice to have new people in the chat. I hope you're doing well. Let us know where you're from. Or not. Whatever. Privacy is up to you. But I hope you're doing well. I was just explaining about what the next few videos are going to be on the channel. We've just done a quiz and we went through the news a little bit earlier on. If you have any questions about anything to do with travel, let me know now. Otherwise, I am actually going to leave because it is dinner time in the UK. This is tea time travel talk. I've had my hot chocolate, so I've had my sort of my tea time, and now it's time for dinner. You're from the Philippines? Oh, nice. Very good. I've never been to the Philippines, but I've seen videos and photos on it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Very nice. I've got a map behind me. Do you mind if I pin you as person from Philippines on my little map? Ow. Right. I don't want to get it wrong, so I am gonna look it up, because my map doesn't have like the outlines of countries on it, it's just like splodges, so right there. So you are, that's Papua New Guinea, that's in Indonesia, and you are north of Indonesia. Here! Whee! We got you! So there you are. We had somebody from South Korea come in a few weeks ago, so that's them, little pin there. A lot of people coming from Europe. Country that looks like a human. I don't know. Got Italy that looks like a shoe over here, or there. But loads of people from Europe have been in, and then we've had some from America as well, and somebody from Belize. So that's really cool. But you're on my map now, so if you never come back, a little part of you is forever stuck in my live streams. Oh, spikes are coming through. Take my finger on it. Mean. But our most populous country by far is Wales and England. It is very nice to have people from other countries pop in as well. Always a pleasure. I tilt my hat to you, sir. But I'm going to go have dinner now. I know it's quite late in the Philippines, isn't it? Or is it really? It's late, isn't it? It's like the middle of the night or something. Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. Go to bed. So I'm gonna go have my dinner. J3 Chill Sounds and Ken are gonna go have their dinner. And Great Joas is going to bed because it's 2 in the morning. So I hope you will all enjoy this live stream. If you're interested in joining another stream in the future, I stream at the moment every Monday and Friday evenings. I may change that. I don't know yet. I don't sleep. Oh my gosh, I sleep almost continuously if I could. But I do live stream every Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. UK time, so that would be 1 in the morning, your time. And new videos normally come out Monday and Friday, but not this week because we were away. But next Monday, starting again. So I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Well done to J3 Chill Sounds for winning the quiz again. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Openly Kim Travel. You've definitely joined my next live stream. Very good. You're welcome to if you want to. We'll be probably doing a quiz again, a travel quiz. So yeah, we do travel quiz questions. So here's a few slides from the travel quiz that we did today. So if you're interested in coming, you are always welcome. But otherwise, nice to see you all. Hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all Monday evening. Or J3 Chill Zones, I'll see you Monday morning. But have a good night. And bye.